ready for the rough.
What's going down, ladies and gentlemen? Mostly gentlemen for the most part, but it is Shooting Up here, and today I have a spawns and strategies video for you guys on the new map Liberation, part of the DLC drop on January 24th. And I have already posted the Piazza, whatever the heck you want to call it, part of this. So check that out if you guys want to become better Call of Duty players, because if you know the spawns, you will in turn become much greater at the game when you know where they're going to come from. But the game types I'm going to be showing you guys today is free-for-all, demolition, and domination. And I do have a heat map for this. I don't know why the heat maps and stuff weren't working before, but I do have a heat map for domination on liberation. So getting on into free-for-all, the spawns in free-for-all, they're pretty, they're kind of like team deathmatch, which I found. So if you guys want a kind of a heads up, there might be a few off spawns for team deathmatch, but for the most part, these are the same things. But I'm not talking about team deathmatch right now. I'm talking about free-for-all. I would like to point out that the only circle with a red circle around it, that's not like a hot area. That's actually underground, in the little underground area towards the middle of the map. So watch out for that, guys. People can spawn down there. So if you have your back turned to that, with Modern Warfare 3 spawn, somebody could spawn right around the corner from where you're at. So you really need a heads up. And portable radars are pretty essential. Now, I haven't played free for all on Liberation, but I do have some ideas, or my greatest plan for free for all, because I've played team deathmatch, kill confirmed, and domination on Liberation. I found that if you want to kind of do a little bit slow pace, you don't want to have people spawning on you the whole time in free for all, what you need to do is lock down this green area that I have for you guys. It is kind of a rather larger area than normal, but there's not too much action going on down there. If you need to retreat, you can retreat back, switch on sides. And the red arrows that I have for you guys are like really good lines of sight where you can pick off enemies when they're coming at you, because after playing this map, I found that this part of the map is probably the easiest to lock down and the easiest to hold people off from covering you, because there's stuff that block you, and you can head glitch and do all that stuff. The blue area is the portable radar section, as it usually is. Excuse me. But, if you put the portable radar where I suggest it, you really cut off, or at least people without Assassin Pro, you cut off them coming to you, and you know where they're at. So you only really have to worry about half of the section of where people can come at you, which is really the free-for-all strategy. You find a spot where there's two main entrances, and you lock down one of them, and especially with the portable radar, and that's how you win free-for-alls, guys. So that's my best strategy for free-for-all on Liberation so far. Now, moving on into the demolition spawns. These are the spawns, and if you guys notice, they're not really on the edge of the maps as they usually are. And because Liberation is such a big map, they kind of want it to be a little bit more fast-paced, as you guys, I'm sure, are aware of with the way they have the spawns. So you only spawn at the very back of the map at the very beginning of the game. You don't ever spawn back there, so you don't really have to, worry about people. If you push up way too far into their spawn, you don't have to worry about somebody spawning in the original spawn area. But what I do want to point out is the spawns are kind of clustered together, aside from the blue, but the red spawns are really pushed together. And now it's going to be difficult to spawn trap on this map, which is why I kind of wanted to post the demolition part, because the spawns in demolition are far different than that of free for all or domination. So I figured I would put this in. But say you wanted to push up too far into the red area, the red spawn, the delta. If you pushed up too far, you'd be in a lot of trouble, because there's gonna be people spawning all around you. If you push up in the middle area, they're gonna be spawning around you on either side. So you really need to stick to the edge of the map. I can't stress how much that would be, or how important that is. And it's a really good idea not to run across the middle of the map, because there could be snipers. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the Domination Heat Map. As I said before just a second ago, in the middle of the map is where a lot of the action happens. You can see pretty much 90% of the red is right in the middle, kind of over where the B domination flag would be. So you really need to be on the heads up whenever you're going through that area. And now going on into the spawns part of Liberation. Wow, the spawns in Domination on Liberation are pretty, crazy. And I said before in Piazza that the spawns were worked a little bit differently to, I think, kind of flip the spawns and stuff and kind of not allow spawn trapping very easily. But I do want to point out to you guys, if you notice that the yellow, which is the blue, the A is A Dom is red, and C Dom is like a turquoise-ish color. But the yellow, as you guys can see for B Dom, they're nowhere really near the spawns or the flag on B. So if you guys notice right here, whenever I go to strategies, that I have circled for you guys the B Dom spawns that are really, really close to the C flag and the A flag spawns. So it's crazy easy to flip the spawns. If you push too far on either direction, the spawns are going to flip really fast, because I found myself capping a lot of flags. We kept going back and forth between capping C and A, C and A. And notice I didn't say B, because B on this map is rather really difficult to capture, because there's a lot. There's really 4 lines of sight, and even under the bridge of where you can die from if you're capping B. So you really need to be on the lookout when you're capping B. Now the green area I have for you guys is kind of where all that red heat map stuff was at. That's where a lot of the action takes place. So it's a really good idea to help yourself out and help your team out by putting a portable radar down in where the blue, anywhere in the blue area that I have designated for you guys as a tip for where you want to put your portable radar to best help your team, I guess. That's really going to help you guys out if you want to play Domination, and if you actually want to win. If you want to just, play yourself and be a kill whore and all that stuff, put it where you're at. But if you want to be a team player, a really good team player, which, you got to be a team player really in Domination. But if you want to do that, make sure you put the portable radar down. Just throw it down there. Doesn't matter if you're near it or not. It's going to help your team out a lot, especially if the enemy is trying to cap B. So that's going to help you guys out a lot. So anyways, guys, that's about the it. That's about the it. That doesn't make any sense. But that's all I have for you guys on Domination for Liberation. It's such a tongue twister to say Domination for Liberation. Domination for Liberation is just weird. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I spent a lot of time, working on it and everything. It took me a little while to actually get the elite to work, because that wasn't my fault. They were actually screwed up. I tried to have this out earlier, but hopefully it wasn't too long to wait for you guys, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and we'll incorporate this into where you're playing. And if you PS3 users watch this and actually kind of learn the spawns before the maps come out for PS3 Elite, you're going to have a really good jump on the competition, and you're going to know where they're going to be coming at, and the guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, how did he do that? He's like, I watched this kid shoot 'em ups video, and he showed me where the spawns are at, and he's a cool dude, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you check out the Piazza spawns, and I'll see you guys later.